Hello Stampers, this is Carrie Vacanti with Stampiphany, a great stampin' idea. Today I've got an emboss resist project for you today. Super quick and easy, something that if you wanted to stock up on some cards, this would be a great project to do. I've got some Hello Honey cardstock, some Blackberry Bliss, and some Wildflowers DSP from our celebration set. The stamp set that I'm using is the Botanicals for You, and that's just inside our celebration cardstock. And here's a peek at the DSP. Lots of beautiful patterns in there. What you're going to do is take your designer series paper and we're going to stamp on that. So I'm using some VersaMark onto my stamp, and it'll be a little tough to see on your DSP, but that's okay. Just go ahead and stamp that on there, and that's going to be what's going to stick to our embossing powder. So once I've got that on the designer series paper, I'm going to sprinkle some clear embossing powder over it. Now I always tell my customers when we're doing classes in my home that the powder kind of looks like sugar when you first start out, and then we're going to melt it with the embossing tool. So what you want to do is get your heat tool good and hot. You can see me doing that on my hand. Don't wait too long, you'll burn. And then you're just going to heat that up onto your cardstock. So once that's all done, you're going to notice that the image is nice and shiny, and that's what we want. That means all that powder is melted. And so I'm just using the light to kind of check it and make sure that it's all done. You just want to make sure that nothing looks like powdered sugar when you're done. So once that's all finished, I'm going to come in with some patterned paper just to protect my pad there, my surface, and I'm going to use my black Memento pad. Now you can use any black pad that you have, just as long as it doesn't have to be like waterproof or anything like that. We just need a black ink pad. So sorry about all the wiggling on my camera, that's just terrible. Hopefully no one's getting dizzy out there. But anyway, you're just going to thoroughly cover that. And you can see that it got really dark, and you see the letters are kind of dark. What we do is take a paper towel and just buff that, and that embossing powder, or the embossing that we did, resists the ink. And it makes it really nice. So now that that is done, we're going to layer this onto my Blackberry Bliss cardstock. All the sizes and a complete list of supplies will be listed down below in the description box and also on my website, on my blog. So now that that is done, I'm going to add this to the Hello Honey cardstock. And if you ever wonder, like, what colors, how do you know what colors to use with your designer series paper, just look in the description of the product in the catalog and it'll tell you the colors that match that designer series paper. It's a great way to match up colors. So apparently I didn't like the way it was stamped the first time, so I stamped it again in black on my old olive strip. This is just a scrap from my stash. I'm going to trim off the edge because it's a little bit long for my card, and I'm just going to use my card as a guide to make sure I get it pretty straight. And then I'm going to take my snips and just flag the end of that, and that's where you just cut down the middle and then you just cut in on both sides. Now I'm going to take this and put this on the front of my card just with some snail adhesive. Now I wanted to add some botanical accents. That was the intention, but if you watch closely, apparently my finger was stickier than the accent because there was no glue dot in the back. So anyway, you can do with or without your botanical accent. It looks great either way. So here's one with and here's one without. So I hope you enjoy this card, and I hope you have a great day. Talk to you later.